Okay, it's another time for Make Space Boring. It is Tuesday, the 7th of January, early. Haven't been out for my walk yet, but I will be going soon. So, what happened? Who am I meeting and what am I learning in the space field, which is the purpose of this quick series here. There's a couple of quick updates today. I'm recording with Walker Deibel a little later today. I've been waiting a few months to be able to do that. I'm thankful folks like Walker are open to being on podcasts and shows, and they're popular, so I'm going to wait around for him. But his deal is that he has come up with a strategy and written a book and done very well with it called Buy Then Build, which is about acquiring businesses. And hey, we're in the space field. And I don't mind telling you that I am looking forward to acquiring 3 or 4 satellite manufacturers over the next few years and straightening them out and giving them standard operating procedures in the way that the automotive industry is used to for continuous manufacturing operations. And creating a real company with some solid foundations in this field, rather than the old school 1Z, 2Z, let's try this out and see what happens. And, that's great, but it's not the future, okay? The future is doing stuff in a standardized way and having high quality output rather than, and you might argue with me, oh, but we have great engineers in that. This isn't about engineering. This is about process. And engineers are not good at process. And I've had engineers come on my show and say that very thing. So it's not just me saying it. So connecting with Walker will be great because he's going to be able to, I have people on my show and I do not like them to give their stump speech. And I've had guests come back later and go, wow, man, you ask good questions. Yeah, I know. I've been doing this for, let's see, how long has it been? Since 2011 till now. Not this specific show, but interviewing and being an interviewer, you learn a thing or two in that time. And they say, I didn't get to talk exactly about what I wanted to talk about. You're more like a journalist and had me ask, or answer these questions. And it's true because I'm here to find out stuff, not ask zinger questions. This isn't investigative reporting or something like that, but I have an agenda. It's to find out what the heck is going on out here for real. I'm interested in the truth. That's the highest value of this thing, not honesty, the truth. Okay? You can be honest and dead wrong, but the truth is the truth. So Walker is going to give us the truth about how it's easier to acquire a business. And you might say, well, why would you do that? And the answer is startups fail a lot, right? A lot of founders get into businesses going, oh, I've got a great idea. I'm going to change the world. Okay, buddy. Most of you fall on your faces. Sorry. Most of you do, because there's a whole different skill set than technical expertise or learning or knowing how to do something. You've got to go and get your marketing figured out, your positioning figured out. You've got to learn how to go make sales. This stuff is not easy, and it takes years, literally years. I had 4 years of sales training that I paid for every month. It was like a car payment. Okay, are you willing to make that sacrifice? Most of you aren't. And yet you go, oh, I'm a founder. Anyway, Buy Then Build gets past that whole startup failure thing, right? I mean, you're going to acquire a company that is already generating revenue. It's already figured out all that stuff. Who's our target market? What are we selling them? What do they actually want? What they buy, pay for, and then getting okay at fulfillment. Although I'm going to, and he knows this, I'm going to ask him, because I set up a Google document for all my guests and share it with them before we talk. We get to put notes in there and figure out, okay, what are we going to talk about? Keeps us away from any security or compliance issues, and also I don't like ambushes. But I'm going to ask him, hey, your book is a little weak on the operations side. Okay, we don't talk a lot about that in there. Why not? Why is that not important? It's important to me. It's the skeleton of delivery. How do we do what we say we will do, and why isn't that covered? So anyway, conceptually, you get a business that is already generating revenue. They've already figured out a lot of this stuff, and then build on that, which, you're using funds to bypass all that nonsense at the beginning, the tough part. So, interesting idea. I'm looking forward to learning a lot from Walker. And a lot of you will think, oh my gosh, we have to have zillions of dollars in the bank in order to do it. No, you don't. You do a thing called a leveraged buyout where you pay them some sort of lump sum, which you may have borrowed from somewhere against the collateral of the business, and pay them out a monthly sum until this total amount is paid off. It's very common. But again, a lot of people just haven't run into that idea before. I remember the first time I read it, it was on a weird thing. It was a Bank of America forum that it may be defunct. I don't even think it exists anymore. It was a business forum, and some guy in there explained the whole thing over a series of posts. This was years ago, and I was like, wow, you can do that? Cool. Later this week, we'll have Dr. Russel Boyce. He is the Chair for Intelligent Space Systems at the University of New South Wales, Canberra, the director of something called UNSW, Canberra Space. So big program, lots of people working hard to make Australia and space great, and I'm going to look forward to having him on. So that's it for me today. I've done my admonishing to you. Make space boring. Remember, our mission is to take the excitement out of space, because excitement means explosions and crashes and disasters and financial losses, and we do not like that stuff. We like quiet, steady, normal, people going to work, people getting paid, people making money, people enjoying products and services made in space, produced in space, brought down here from space, taking them up to space. All this stuff, when it is normal, when it is boring, when it is like getting on a public transit bus, and your most important question is, how much is the fare, because you haven't been on it in a few years. Right? That's boring. That's good. That means the system is running smoothly, right? And that is good for all of us. I will see you tomorrow.